going to bring into the show right now, Mr. Andrew Weiss. He's all the way over in. Andrew, are you in Georgia right now? The
Yeah.
American version?
Yeah, the American version of Georgia. The food's not quite as good. But I'm just outside of Atlanta.
Okay, well, listen, we're going to straight away into something that you really want to get your teeth into, and that's the Saudi Golf Tour. Now, Trump turned around and said he used to blame Saudi Arabia for, and this from Rolling Stone magazine, that Saudi was responsible for 9/11, and then he said, we haven't gotten to the bottom of this yet, justifying why the Saudi-backed tournament is being played at his golf course. Andrew, I mean, just on this alone, what's the reaction been like stateside to LIV Golf, and especially being played at the president's or the former president's company course?
Yeah, I think early on, this has evolved so quickly. You look at golfing news here in the US 2 months ago even, and people were laughing at this idea and they thought it would be a failure. And that first tournament that they had, the first couple of tournaments that they had, I don't know of a lot of people that watched them. A lot of golf purists were saying they don't want anything to do with it. And I think the PGA Tour, I think they botched this really badly because I think they thought it would go away quickly. And then, over the last month, you've seen some fairly big name golfers that have drifted that way. And at this point, the PGA Tour they can't ignore it anymore. They have to figure out a way to coexist with it. And, if you have guys like Dustin Johnson and Henrik Stenson now has gone over there and he's leading the tournament right now that they're playing at Bedminster. I've been watching it earlier today. I think golfers like that are getting the world's attention, and the Brooks Koepkas and the Bryson DeChambeaus, people love him or hate him. And at the Pro-Am to start this tournament, Bryson was paired with Donald Trump. And people are either going to love that or hate that. But I don't blame Trump. Trump is always business first. And if he can get a tournament like this at his golf course, he's going to. And lots of storylines tag along with that. I don't know if you guys have heard, but his first wife passed away and he had her buried at his golf course. And, again, business first. If you create a nonprofit cemetery on a piece of land in New Jersey, you are exempt from many different taxes that you would normally have. And so, he buried his first wife at this, and you can Google the pictures of her grave site. It's right off one of the tees, and it's just a very nondescript hole in the ground. And he buried his first wife there right before this golf tournament, and he's going to get some tax exemptions for it. And so, storylines like that always follow what Donald Trump does in his business ventures. But I got to be honest. I'm going to say something that purists are going to hate, but I really like watching this Saudi Arabian LIV Golf Tour. It's really entertaining stuff, and what they do with their production. There's no commercials, and they are constantly moving between shots. You can hardly catch a breath between shots, where you watch the PGA tournaments and you feel like you watch it for 1 minute and then it's to a commercial, and then you watch it another minute and then another commercial. And so I think the PGA Tour's got to wake up. I think there's things that they're doing that are good, and it's pretty entertaining.
Okay, there's so many things that usually, if someone from, Lord Lucan would have buried the nanny he murdered at the local golf course in a sand bunker, but this goes to a different level, and I didn't know that. I see a question just in from Frank Arthur said, "Can Andrew from Georgia?" I guess there's only one Andrew from Georgia. Answer if LIV Golf is good. LIV Golf is good. Well, I think you answered that. It is good.
It's good and it's entertaining, and right now Stinson's blowing away the field. I think he's 4 shots down with 12 to play in this tournament going on right now. But there's some good golf being played, but at the same time, there's some really bad golf being played, and I think that's what LIV has to kind of navigate, with some of these people that they've signed that maybe can't hang with these big guys. But then you look at the bottom of the leaderboard, and Phil Mickelson is shooting +8, and I think he hasn't been under par 1 round yet in his LIV Golf foray. And so, some of it kind of feels like a joke. and then some of it at the top feels like it's really good golf. And so you kind of have to navigate that sideshow of bad golfers at the bottom or uninspired golfers at the bottom, just there for a payday. And then those at the top that are really trying to compete, the Dustin Johnsons, the Stensons.
I can't, yeah, I mean, I understand that. I mean, I know Bubba Watson just signed up, but I mean, he's come back from injury, but he's still one of the best. Very quickly, Andy Mack, have you watched any LIV Golf, or would you watch any LIV Golf?
I definitely watch it now just to see which hole's haunted for the tee. Although I'm not sure I'd be particularly confident about taking the ball out after putting it, just in case someone else tries to take it back again.
Andrew Flint, what about you? I mean, would you be inclined to tune in to LIV Golf to see where Ivana Trump is buried?
No. I think I'll just stick to the headlines and let Mr. Vice sum it up brilliantly for us. I think, look, it's every time we mention LIV Golf, we've always gone into the background and the morality of it in a way. I always feel like we're not allowed to talk about the sporting merit of it. So in a way, it's good to hear that there is some sporting interest there, I guess. But then that is the entire point. That's what it's designed to do. It's designed to distract us from every other storyline that they would rather not be talked about. So no, I won't be watching. I'm more of a Ryder Cup man, should we say?
Okay, well,
Newcastle though.
Yeah, exactly. Would you watch Newcastle play United?
A big struggle for me is the announcers trumping it up, and that gets old, where this team aspect of it, they're like, this had the Ryder Cup feel, and I'm like, no, get out.
No.
Like you can say what you want to try and trump it up, but please don't compare it to anything that's of real quality and merit. It's not there yet.
No, and listen, do they shout, "Get in the hole"?
I don't know. I try and tune that out anyways. I'm not a big fan of those sorts of things. There's so few people in the crowd that when somebody yells, it's very, very audible on the mics, because there's not a lot of people there watching. And I mean, they're giving tickets away for these events. So it's still it's not serious, but I think the PGA can't ignore it anymore.